Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of Techcombank, we would like to send our warmest welcome and a sincere thanks to all of our esteemed guests for joining us at the Techcombank Keynote 2024 this morning. Once again, warmly welcome to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Techcombank Keynote 2024 marks an important milestone in Techcombank's journey of implementing a customer centricity strategy. Techcombank commits to not only providing outstanding financial experiences, but also continuously creating breakthroughs and hero solutions to meet diverse and constantly changing needs of the retail and corporate customers. This event is an opportunity for Techcombank to share most innovative new solutions for our customers and highlight how the bank is harnessing the powers of data and AI to create meaningful experiences for customers and deliver unprecedented growth for Techcombank. We hope that the breakthroughs value brought by Techcombank will inspire you as the bank does when we transform. And now, we are pleased to introduce the Techcombank executive teams. We would like to introduce Mr. Jens Lottner, Chief Executive Officer. We also would like to introduce the bank's Chief of Divisions. And now, to begin the event, please direct your attention to the screen for a short video. And now, please welcome to the stage Mr. Jens Lottner, Chief Executive Officer, for an opening speech.
Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to the first keynote event of Techcombank, but probably in the banking industry in Vietnam. So probably you ask yourself, why are we doing what we're doing here today? And the idea is actually relatively straightforward. We have made statements in the past, and we're making them, that we are Vietnam's most pioneering bank, that we exist to make lives better every day, and that we are serving everyone who seeks autonomy, success, and their own greatness. And today's event is about going under the hood, trying to explain to you in much more detail than anything what we've done in the past, how we are going about this. So there's some things which is very well understood, but then again, we're trying to go deeper, and I have all my colleagues here who are in charge of these transformation programs, of these initiatives, to share what we're doing, but also already some of the results, as well as some of the things which are about to come. So this is really not just a marketing event, it's really trying to help you, members of the press, partners, analysts, to just get a better feeling for who we are and what we are aspiring to do. So there are some things which are very well known. So we talked about our vision.
Chúng tôi đã từng đề
Change
cập rất nhiều
banking,
đến tầm nhìn của chúng
change
tôi,
lives.
đó là chuyển đổi
We
ngành tài
talked
chính
about
cũng như là nâng
our
cao giá
mission
trị sống.
to lead the
Cũng như chúng
digital
tôi cũng
banking
nhắc đến
transformation
phương châm của chúng
in
tôi,
that
đó là
country,
có thể dẫn dắt
making
về
sure
chuyển
that
đổi số trong
everyone
ngành ngân hàng
can actually
và cũng như
achieve
hỗ trợ từng
greater
cá nhân,
success,
các cơ sở
thrive
kinh doanh cũng như là
sustainably.
các khách hàng doanh nghiệp có thể phát triển một cách bền vững.
We also talked quite a bit about the strategy and the
Chúng tôi
pillars.
cũng đã
We
từng
said
nói về
we will
ba trụ
use
cột của chúng tôi,
data,
trong đó
we
chúng
will
tôi
use
sẽ phát triển các
technology, we
thiết
will
bị
use
giá trị
people
cho khách hàng
to
dựa trên
bring
ba trụ
that
cột
all
về
together
số,
to
về
create
dữ liệu cũng như
new
là về
value
nền tảng để có thể
propositions.
tạo ra những cái bản chào cũng như
And
định vị giá trị
by
tốt
doing
hơn
that,
cho khách hàng.
we started, and what you've seen in the market, new products. There are a lot of
Và như
things
quý vị
over the
có thể
last
nhìn thấy,
years
chúng tôi cũng đã
where we
cho
actually
ra mắt rất nhiều
introduced
những
new
cái sản phẩm
products,
lần đầu
innovative
tiên xuất
products
hiện trên thị
again and
trường.
again in the market in all areas, for retail bank, for retail customers, corporate customers, in the wealth area.
Cho một nhóm hay là một phân khúc khách
And
hàng nào cả.
that has been recognized by our customers, by brand value, by net promoter scores, and it has been recognized by a lot of international accolades, by outside parties, by journals, awards. So all of that is pretty well known. So the question is, and that's what we are here today, is then we talk actually about how do we really start creating these innovations? How are we trying to do what we promised to do and what already some people have recognized? So what is that journey? How will we continue to do that? And we will start by talking about 4 different pieces. So the first one is hyper-personalization. So we really try to show you that when we talk about segmentation, when we talk about segments, we don't mean segments. We're really trying to go down to the individual. We're really trying to achieve an experience which is unique to every single one of you, so that they will not be the same for the same customer. So that's one. The second one is, by doing that, we will then try to bring innovative solutions, something which is not available in the market, where we combine technology, our understanding of banking, personal support, relationship managers, all together in order to create something which is unique, which is outstanding at this point in time in Vietnam. And we're trying to do this not just basically in a one-to-one relationship, but we will try to do this in ecosystems. So we really want to embed ourselves in the lives of customers, because nobody wakes up in the morning to think about banking. There are a lot of aspirations people have. It's about customer needs, it's about living a good life, it's about sending kids to school, making sure you can retire. All of these are needs. And there are a lot of players, there are a lot of companies who are trying to actually serve these needs. So how are we integrating ourselves into these ecosystems and not just be the bank as a one-to-one, but how are we enabling that all these things can come together? And the last point is, and we'll talk by the Chief Data Officer, how is that all enabled on the basis of data? We fundamentally believe that the real difference going forward will be how well you understand data, how you can harness data in order to make sure that you actually create this unique experience, this hyper-personalization, that you understand what customers really want, and that you are in that ecosystem present at the point in time when these needs arise. So these are the 4 big themes which we will describe to you, and afterwards we have some questions. But again, this right now is all about really trying to go to the next level beyond vision, mission, strategy statements, really trying to go deep and trying to explain what we do and what we intend to do. So with that, thank you again very much for coming, and I will hand it over to our Chief Digital Officer to talk about hyper-personalization. Thank you.
Cuối đầu tiên của chúng tôi để chia sẻ về những trải nghiệm siêu cá nhân hóa. Xin cảm ơn quý vị.
Good Good morning, everyone.
Xin kính
Thank
chào
you,
quý
Vince,
vị
for
đại
that
biểu
great
và rất
introduction.
cảm ơn quý vị
So
đã
I'm gonna
dành thời gian đến với chúng tôi
dive
ngày hôm nay
straight
và
in.
cảm ơn ban tổ chức đã giới thiệu tôi.
Over the last
Ở đây chúng ta
few
cũng thấy rằng là
years,
trong
maybe a
những năm vừa
decade,
qua, cũng
the
như là
banking
trong
industry
nhiều thập kỷ vừa
has
qua,
done an
thì ngành
amazing
ngân hàng
job
cũng đã
of
làm một điều rất
scaling
tuyệt vời.
up
Đó là chúng ta cũng đã
banking,
mở
taking
rộng
it to
quy mô
millions
của
of
banking,
customers
của
and
nghiệp vụ ngân
providing
hàng
a
để mang lại dịch vụ
pretty
ngân hàng cho hàng
decent
triệu, hàng triệu người
experience.
và họ sẽ có những cái trải
We've been
nghiệm
able
rất
to
là khác
scale.
biệt và
We've
tuyệt
all
vời.
been
Và
acquiring
chúng ta cũng
customers
sẽ
rapidly
mở rộng
using
những
digital.
cái,
We have been
dịch
able
vụ
to
ngân hàng
serve these
thông qua những
customers
cái kênh
without
số và chúng ta có thể
increasing
phục
our
vụ
cost
khách
bases
hàng
very well.
mà không cần phải sử
Yet,
dụng những
there is
cái,
something missing.
kênh truyền
And
thống nữa.
we
Tuy nhiên
are on a mission to fill in that missing piece. We are on a mission to make sure that every interaction that we have with these customers digitally feels that the customer has improved their life, we have empowered them to achieve something better with their financial objectives. And that, we believe, can only be done if we hyper-personalize the experiences while they interact with us digitally. Now, the digital leaders have done this very well already. You know, 35% of all of Amazon's sales are from that little nudge they provide. You might also like 600 seconds, 600 orders per second. If you look at players like Netflix, the entertainment giant, right? They know the consumer preferences so well that they can create shows understanding what kind of a director, what kind of an actor will do well, what production value is needed, and what is, you close the episode so the customer keeps on watching. And they've created billions of dollars of value using this insights about the customers. Now, others have also done it, right? Some other players have locked very healthy human beings doom scrolling on their phone, right? Without, it keeps you hooked, but it is not building trust. You are still wasting time scrolling through your Instagram feed, right? Some happiness you get, but those companies are not really building trust when they're doing it. So as a bank, when we think about what we are going to do to create value to our customers, it is very clear to us that we need to be extremely relevant. We need to be extremely useful. Useful on what the customers want to achieve in their lives. When you bring it all together, that is where you get trust. And trust is the hallmark, is the pillar of banking. And in the digital world, trust is equal to relevance and extreme utility, very specific utility, personalized utility. Now, over the last 3 years, we have transformed our digital channels completely, right? We have, made our channels extremely simple, extremely instant, and extremely secure. We are leading the market in this space. We told you guys that we want to create the Spotify of banking, where you can get banking done extremely fast. And I think our customers have given us a double thumbs up on that. When we started this journey, we used to have 24 interactions with our customers per month, active customers. And now we have over 50 interactions per month. As we think about how we leverage these world-leading interaction numbers, by the way, right, to create real personalized trust with our customers, utility for our customers, we know we have to talk to both their hearts and to their minds. We need to have very, very significant and relevant messages that can cut through all the noise that they have, they experience digitally, all the scrolling that they go through. Messages have to cut through all of that noise to have something which cuts and talks to their heart. At the same time, we need to make sure that the message to what they are thinking about at that time. It is delivered at the right time, at the opportune place, at the right channel. Right? If we don't get this right, we will, there's a whole load of data deluge out there, right? And we will just be part of that data noise, digital noise. We want to avoid that. So, if you think about what is needed to get this thing done, first, we need to understand our customers and really, really understand these customers. I'll talk about this. We need a technology stack, a marketing technology that can interpret those insights and deliver extremely relevant messages to each and every one of our customers. We need content for every customer, and our teams are working on generative AI techniques to see how they can create that kind of content at scale. I will not talk about that later. And we need innovative products that actually meet the needs, right? Which my colleagues will be talking about later. So let me give you an example of how it all comes together. So let's talk about Lynn, one of our customers, right? As Jens says, people don't wake up to do banking. They are concerned about, about how are they overspending this month. They are thinking about maybe I need to have indulge myself in the next cup of coffee for the day. Or they are thinking, hey, my friend told me about some investment, should I get into that? Right? Those are the things that people are waking up concerned about. And actually, this manifests itself in the way they behave with us online, on the transactions they do, on the pages they browse, on things that they click on, right? And that's where we need to understand this, not just for Lynn, right? But for 13 million customers that we have on record, like Lynn, right? So to do this at scale, we need extremely good technology that can make this happen. So I'm going to play you a video which talks about what technology we are putting in, which helps us interpret this data, makes it manageable for our marketers and our product people, and provides individual advice, individual messages to all of our customers at scale. So I'll play a quick video for you guys. With this marketing stack that we've put together, leading in Vietnam, probably leading in Southeast Asia, I think our marketers have been able to increase the target audiences, from about 500 at the start of the year to right now 7,000, 8,000. We are running those many campaigns, those many messages individualized to this kind of audiences, right? What does it mean for the customers, right? So as we talked about it, right? Our customers are interested in, saving, enjoying their money, and protecting their money. So I'll give you a few examples. So Lynn, if she has some extra money lying in her account every month, we are picking that signal up and telling her that you need to have a auto earner account, which we're going to talk about later, right? How do you make your money work harder with that? If, we know that she is looking for more deals, we can actually tell her that you can actually increase your spending power by knocking off even previous purchases with the points that you already have.
If you're talking about protection, we are informing our customers to say, hey, maybe some of these transactions look doubtful. There's two transactions looking like the same. Please pick them up. So we're picking up all these signals and informing the customers so, A, that their trust with us goes up, B, we help them optimize their finances, maximize their finances with us, and finally deepen our relationship with them, right? Diving into the enjoyment part. A large part of money is about enjoyment. So this year, we have launched our new loyalty program. And as we speak, we are personalizing the interaction on our loyalty platform to deliver you deals which are extremely, extremely relevant to you, right? So we have, and then to deliver that, we need to have a whole variety of deals, because what you might like will be completely different from what you like, right? The variety here is amazing that is needed. So we are working extremely hard to get you more than 310 choice brands, which from our data we can see customers want to use, and make that available at 16,500 points of presence. So let me again show you a quick video of how, again, understanding of our customers on what they like, getting them more rewards by making this reward program completely bank-wide, making it very, very specific to priority versus inspire customers, and making extremely personalized messaging, geolocation-based messaging. We believe that we will be able to help our customers make more of their money. And I think this, again, is based on our ecosystem approach, partnering with multiple merchants. Just in our first few months, we've been able to increase even store visits to our merchant partners by 15%, in addition to having value to our customers. Right, so just to add it all up, right, we have been creating all these small personal financial nuggets to our customers. More than 4 million customers have been provided over 500 million insights about their finances, right? And the CSAT on that is above 98%. This also translates into business results, right? While we are sending these extremely automated, personalized message, over 200 million of them, the conversion rate or the engagement rate on these, some of them, have gone up to 7x. So these are some examples. If you put it into real business results, right, in terms of our credit card acquisition, that has increased 21% by being very specific to the needs of the customer. When our customer joins us, that is a very critical moment for us. We've been able to increase our engagement by 13%, getting them a second product, getting them to use more products with us. So while it's value for the customer, it makes great business sense. How it all comes together, we believe this advantage is going to set us apart for the next many years. And the simple reason for that is mathematics, right? Multiplication and compounding. All the investments in data, digital, and talent, when you commit together, and then you run this kind of programs, and you learn from the data, and you continuously enhance. All the campaigns we are running, we are learning from them, and continuously enhancing that. And that, we believe, will be very hard to replicate. So just looking at the data stack, digital stack that we have, right? If it's the most modern, scalable stack with great partners like AWS, Adobe, Backbase, and others, which will make us extremely scalable, right? In addition, the digital engagements, as I have mentioned, we are the world leader, as far as I know, right, in terms of number of engagements on the digital banking platform and contributing significant revenue at a much lower cost to serve, which makes it extremely scalable. On the data side, I will not take away the thunder from my colleague Santosh later, but as I said, we are now scaling up to a segment of one over time, right? And finally, right, it all is about the people. It is all about the people. Running this requires a new breed of marketers who have can marry the brain and the mind, the art and the science. So we've trained more than 85 people on the expertise on the system, and more than 5 squads are running day in, day out, understanding the data, using AI to make sense out of this data and do better and better and better. So with all this, we believe with this simple multiplication and simple compounding of all the investments we have made and the way we are operating this on a data-led basis, we believe we are really creating the future of banking here in Vietnam. Thank you so much, and with that, I will hand it over to my colleague Tuan to talk about some more exciting projects.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Techcombank Keynote today. So, the big thing I would like to talk about the merchant. This is a very critical segment in the market. So, I would have a question for all of you. Do you know how many merchants in Vietnam market? 1 million? 2 million? Okay, 6 million merchants in Vietnam market. Very huge number, and also that segment has grown 20% year over year. However, a lot of the pain point, a lot of concern, and also unmet need for both financial and non-financial need from that segment. That's the merchant side. How about the financial institution side? The bank face many challenges with that segment to serve this segment, huge operational cost, huge acquisition cost, and also huge risk cost. With that, Techcombank want to disrupt and also create the all-in-one solution for that segment. We will cover 5 key dimensions of that solution. First one, all-in-one smart payment acceptance. We create the seamless and also the continuous business operation with the QR payment acceptance with very simple and very easy to use real-time settlement and also real-time payment notification. And also we create some the tailored solution for some group of the segment. For example, with the bigger merchant, we have smart POS can integrate multi-channel payment to help the customer. For the other side, smaller merchant, maybe they care about the pricing and also the convenience. We have short POS also create the multi-channel payment on that side through the mobile app. To use that segment, to use that own of solution, the merchant only need 1/3 for own. Second one, my colleague Pranab also mentioned a little bit, but I want to describe more about the solution can help the customer can earn more from the cash surplus. Currently, we have the unique solution in the market, auto-linked with the dynamic interest rate. And also, we think about how can optimize, can maximize the customer cash flow, daily cash flow. And also, very important thing, if customer want to spend, very flexible can help the customer. For the next one, I think that also the biggest pain point of the merchant in terms of how can easily to access the credit for both sides, personal and also business need. With that pain point, we also think about some of the way we work with the customer, how can provide very convenient, very easy to the customer. For some the urgent need of the customer, we have the solution like fully unsecured lending, pre-approved and 100% application and disbursement through the online with the amount under 100 million. If customer need more, we create the online to apply journey to help customer very quickly, very easy to receive that solution. For some the plan need of the customer, for example, customer needs a working capital, need expand more business. We also have the solution like to indicative limit. Also create the journey online to apply to the application and also disbursement online to apply with customer with the time to market very quick, 1 to 3 days. Next one, we talk about the loyalty. I think my colleague Pranab mentioned a lot. Very easy for the merchant. The more you bank with us, the more you get. And the benefit we can create for you, not only for you, for your end user. And with the Techcombank loyalty ecosystem, loyalty platform, we can help you grow more revenue. That's the way we want to do in the next. For the last one, 4 dimensions I mentioned before, more about the financial need, how we can do something can help for the merchant in non-financial need. So beyond banking service to manage and grow business, merchant business. I think some very simple and very easy for customer can manage the business, like cash flow optimization and management. Mobile banking merchant dashboard for business owner can very quickly grab the business performance and also make the right decision. And also unify some of the merchant portal for day-by-day management. And not only within Techcombank, we also work with some of the partner, some ecosystem, some software company, how can create the sales management system to improve the capability for the merchant side. I think that's very important thing to help the merchant can grow sustainable. With a lot of solution in the last 1 year, what did we get? So we get 600,000 merchants, around 10 market share in Vietnam market, and also CASA balance increase 20%. We know that is very early stage to go with that segment. We keep learning, keep exploring, and we work with the commitment that enabling merchant growth. Again, thank you for listening. Now I want to introduce Mr. Xuân Minh, Chief Investment Banking Officer, can share with you more.
Good morning. Actually, at Techcombank, we always try to be different. We try to be innovative in some degree compared to our competitors. And the way to do is actually try to understand the customer. What is the unmet need that the customer is looking for in the investment? What do they want? What do they really need? What is the fundamental core insight that the investor is looking for? Is that the return on investment? No. Is that the liquidity of the product? Is that the risk and the security profile of the product? And then for a while we concluded that is actually the time. Time is probably the most important factor for an investor when they consider investing. I don't have time. Time is actually something that they don't have a lot. They don't have much. So let's keep the time in mind for a while. Let's look at the macro picture of Vietnam. We all know that Vietnam has been growing a lot in the past few decades, and with this trend, we are catching up with many other countries in the region. So naturally, will be very similar as for other people in other countries. Vietnamese people are getting richer and richer, and naturally they will demand for more diversification. It's no longer just TD investing in gold or property. It will be stock, it will be bond, it will be fund, it will be other financial structure product, property linked, tokenized property, and so forth. But the thing is, the action of investing in something or buying something is actually very simple. Finding a suitable investment, finding what to buy and why actually costs the investor a lot of time. So if we keep that demand, if you keep like the time and the investment need for well product in mind, then things become very simple. If we are, let's put ourselves as an investor, then it's very easy. What we need is actually a centralized, well marketplace when you can find a lot of choices for you to invest, for you to diversify, for you to allocate your investment. And then in the supermarket, you should have a lot of right feature, right tool, the right information so that you can make the decision faster, quicker, more informed. And actually, we built TC Invest for exactly that purpose. A one single stop shop where you have all the investment need, and also you have all the right tool, the right feature, very, very good comprehensive information for you to make the decision, to save time. In TC Invest, we offer the full range of wealth product, the cash, the stock, the fund, the bond, and then come in the structured product and probably the property links. And we also have a very good reputation in the market to introduce a lot of new and innovative features to the market. To name a few, TC analysis, portfolio allocation, the bond marketplace, robo-advisor, TC Wealth, or iCopy. So let me go through those in some more details to give some idea. TC analysis is basically in the past, if I am an investor and I want to look for a stock or I want to study a stock to buy, and I have to go to many places. I have to go to many websites to get all the information I need before I can make decision. So the idea with that idea, we actually built TC analysis in one single place so that all the information in there for the investor, you name it, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, qualitative, quantitative, sentiment analysis, valuation, simulation, backtesting, all you need in one place. You don't have to go anywhere, in one place, 100% online. Portfolio allocation, as institutional investor, we all know that diversification actually reduces risk. And then there's a modern portfolio theory by Markowitz that if you find optimal point for to allocate your investment, the weighting of your investment in your portfolio, you actually get the best benefit on risk return. So our idea is to bring the tool that is available for only big financial institutions to the retail for investor. Everyone can use it at ease. So portfolio allocation, actually the feature to help the customer to allocate their portfolio, their stock holding in their portfolio, and then to find the optimal weighting so that they can get the best benefit on return and risk. Bond marketplace, iConnect, is famous in the market. We are the only one who have this in TC Invest app. Basically, the pain point is that it's very reluctant for an investor to buy long-term bond, 5 years, 3 years bond. The thing is, always they have the question that what if I need cash suddenly? How can I get the money back? So basically, we build the bond marketplace for the investor to buy and sell with each other to create liquidity for the bond market. iConnect actually won the best use of technology by Finance Asia award. Fund robo-advisor TC Wealth. What is it? We, as you know, as a person, we always, in our lifetime, has so many big ticket spending in general, you name it. Getting married, get a house, get a car, kid to school, kid to university, and then our retirement. So the idea is, how can I plan on this with my regular income, with my monthly salary and saving, that I can plan and I can save a lot of time to plan for it in my whole life. So TC Wealth actually does that 100% online to help the customer to plan for their whole life spending and on the big outflow in the future. iCopy is a very new concept in Vietnam. It's a social trading platform. It's very similar to eToro, if you are familiar with it's copy trade in general. The concept of social investing is very famous and very popular in the more developed market. For example, Uber, for example, Airbnb. So basically, iCopy help the investor to come and follow the best trader so that they can save a lot of time and they can get the best investment available following and copy trade with the best trader in town. But the interesting thing about this also that is a very, very, very comprehensive information hub and educational center for new investors. When they come in and they can browse around and they find good trader and then try to follow on what to buy of other trader. And that actually also save a lot of time for the investor to start investment. So I can go on for the whole day on many features in the TC Invest. But basically all we build is actually just to serve the customer need and to save their time. And that in return is actually helping our business as well. Our business has been growing very well in general. TCBS is actually about 10 years behind the competitor. But currently we are the leading security company in Vietnam. We are number one in many areas. In business, we have the biggest customer pool, we have the biggest asset under management, we have the biggest brand value, and the highest annual profit. In operation, we are the most productive company, operational efficiency, technology, and data. In all the field that we play, we are the leader. We have about 50 to 60% market share in fixed income, corporate bond market. In the stock space, we are number one in margin lending. We are number three in stock trading. And our market share in the stock market has been increasing very steadily in the past few years. Every quarter, we get about 0.5% in terms of market share. The target is 20%. Profit, we have been growing about 40% per year in the past decades. Basically, our profit before tax increased about 23 times. But at the same time, our operational cost and cost to serve the customer has been declining many times. I remember about 7 years ago, it was about $300 per customer per year in terms of spending. Currently, it's $20. And that's why we decided to give zero fee for all the trading at TC Investment. And compared to the industry, we also we are doing very well. Basically, in terms of cost-income ratio, for example, we are way above the industry average. We are only 13% compared to the industry average of about 42%. In terms of net profit margin, we are 46% compared to the industry average about 27%. And in terms of productivity measured by profit per employee, for example, we are about 3 times more than the average. With that, let me hand over to Mr. Hưng, the Deputy CEO of Techcombank, to share more exciting things at Techcombank that we do. Thank you.
A very impressive result. So again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So you have seen our colleagues, or my colleagues, sharing about all the different innovative offerings and customer experiences that we have enabled through digital and data. And it's really also the same approach, the same focus in corporate banking, whereby, as Xuan Minh said, we continuously identify major customer pain points, major unmet needs, right? And leverage digital and data, and especially also work with our global partners to really innovate new solutions for our customers. So today, in the corporate banking areas, I would like to share with you 2 examples. One is a new offering that we are launching to the market, and 2 is also a very strong and powerful value proposition for our corporate clients. It's not new, but it can be brought to a new level through our new capabilities. So, first of all, Ccash. Ccash is a new offering, a new solution to really enable our corporate clients to strengthen their financial management, their treasury management capabilities. So why do we choose to do this? So let's also start from customer pain points and their unmet needs. So we all know that we have gone through unprecedented times, from the COVID-19 pandemic, followed by the Ukraine war, causing geopolitical uncertainties. We all know about the disruption in different value chains, higher input prices, and say in Vietnam recently, the highs in exchange rates. So to navigate these headwinds, clearly very strong treasury management is very essential, right? The CFOs, the CEOs need and want better, smarter answer to critical questions such as how much liquidity do I have and do I need now and in the future, in different time horizons. Right? How can I diversify fundings and reduce funding costs? How do I ensure optimum capital, not only to run my business, but also to power my business growth? But to find the right answer, right, to improve treasury management is not easy. There are many challenges. And in one of the global surveys done by our partner Deloitte just in 2022, including the Vietnamese market, the CFO, the CEOs, share a lot of challenges in their treasury management. For example, you can see that 64% of them say that they are struggle with having unreliable cash flow forecasting. So that causes liquidity issues, that causes higher financing costs, lost business opportunities, and so on. Now, and then 59% of them also said they struggle with improving or transforming their treasury management capabilities. 53% said they don't have a treasury management system, which is also an issue in improving their liquidity management and treasury management. And actually, this week, we had 2 workshops with our corporate clients also on this topic. And they share exactly the same challenges, the same issues. And therefore, to really address these issues for our customers, we have worked with our global partners to create Ccash. And we believe this can enable our corporate clients to really uplift their treasury management to a new level. So Ccash alone cannot do that. It also needs the customers' willingness and their desire to really bring their treasury management to different level, right? So they can start, let's say, from just centralize their bank account management and reporting just to improve the overall quality of reporting. Ccash can enable that, right? Our customer might also want to move to a better level of centralizing cash flow management. So to really focus on improving cash flow forecasting and improve liquidity. Or they might want more. They might want to centralize their treasury operation, manage banking transactions centrally, like control and automate payments, and so on, to really improve their overall data quality for financial and treasury management. And ultimately, to the global standard, the global benchmark of many leading corporates, they might aim to fully centralize their treasury management, right? Really being able to diversify funding, increase the use of internal funding, and also ensure optimum capital, not only for the short-term needs, but also for more strategic objectives, right? And Ccash is just one of the enablers, to power customers to do that. So what is Ccash? Ccash is a bundle of a leading treasury management platform provided by our global partner Kyriba, right? Which basically address the pain point that I just mentioned in the survey. Many corporate clients don't have a treasury management system, right? And it's bundled with our banking solution to really enable our customer together with our bankers consultation, right? Making better treasury decision and execution, right? And also to address the pain point or the unmet needs of really don't know how to start, don't know or don't have the capability to optimize and improve treasury management. We also provide, together with our partners, a treasury educational package. So I go a little bit into details. So first of all, Kyriba, the treasury management platform that we provide to our corporate clients, it is used from the Fortune 500 corporates, global corporates, to smaller enterprises, right? Now, through Kyriba is closely integrated with Techcombank systems. And it can also process different banks' statements in Vietnam, right? Bank statements, account statements from different banks in Vietnam, so that it enables our corporate clients to easily generate cash availability, right, with more reliability. Now, Techcombank and our partner Deloitte can also work with our clients to improve their cash forecasting and embed cash forecasting model into Ccash, right, and provide different simulation capabilities, and so on and so forth, right? And on Ccash, our corporate clients, as in typical treasury management system, they can also run treasury execution, such as payment, cash concentration for better yield or yield optimization or hedging, right? And as I said earlier, that is bundled with our expertise and a very comprehensive range of banking solutions to aid the treasury decision-making process. So I'm not going into detail of the banking solution, and what you see on the screen is just some example. But I would like to mention a little bit more about the treasury educational package as well, right? So this will help the corporates to understand where they are through, for example, treasury maturity assessment, benchmark with the industry standards, right? Setting objectives in terms of where and how to improve treasury management, And also having access to reference treasury management framework, best practices, processes, and so on, so that they can really form and own their treasury management transformation plan, right? And we are happy to be part of that process and help our customer to uplift their capabilities. So I would like you to spend maybe a little 1 or 2 minutes on a video clip. Thank you.
Treasury management plays an important role when implementing business strategies for businesses of any scale. With the traditional way of working, using separate platforms and tools, treasury management experts face significant challenges in liquidity management and cash flow forecasting. But now, everything has changed. Ccash, the first and only treasury management solution in Vietnam, comes to solve your every problems within seconds. Strong ability to connect accounts at multiple banks, compatible with any complex business structures, all integrated on a single platform, making corporate financial reporting easy and visually appealing in a few minutes. Manage cash flow status in real time, automatically forecast cash flow, advanced analysis tools. Ccash provides a handbook of treasury toolkits, treasury procedures, policies, advanced treasury trainings to help businesses measuring, building, and operating treasury management departments by the most advanced standards. As the exclusive partnership bank, Techcombank promotes sponsorship over implementation fees and commits to deliver the optimal financial solutions to conquer corporate treasury management's journey.
Techcombank's Ccash solution, powered by Kyriba, gives treasurers and CFOs the confidence they need to navigate today's complex financial landscape. With our state-of-the-art liquidity performance solutions, working in tandem with Techcombank will help businesses connect, protect, forecast, and optimize their liquidity and outperform their business strategies.
Ccash, advancing corporate treasury.
Thank you. And the benefit of this for our customer is clear, right? So based on the actual case studies, from those who have used this, our client can improve working capital and reduce idle money by up to 47%. So this is based on real use cases, right? They can also optimize financial cost and financial return. Let's say up to 1 to 3 billion Vietnamese dong per month or per year, depend on the size of the business. And of course, also improve or optimize operational efficiencies. And of course, there also there can be a lot of benefit for Techcombank, right? So based on the first pilot customer that we have, implemented Ccash, we see that the usage of their banking solutions increase. It's easy to understand because, together with the enabler of Kyriba and how to improve treasury management, our banker bring different banking solutions to help customer execute treasury decision smarter and faster. So, for example, you can see that CASA average balance increased by 58%, or lending increased 35%, and so on, right? So we can really deepen relationship with our customers, right? Increase share of wallet and increase CASA. So that is Ccash. Secondly, I would like to share a little bit more about our very powerful CVP, about how we enable and work with our customer to grow their business. Because ultimately, any business wants to grow business. They want to acquire more customers, whether it is retail or B2B, right? They want to grow sales, they want to increase loyalty, right? And through our new capabilities that my colleagues have shared, we can do this better and better. Now, first of all, Techcombank ecosystem. So I think many of you know that in the past years, we have worked with leading corporates in Vietnam, the like of Vingroup, Masan, Masterize, 1MG, and so on. And now we have one of the most unique ecosystem in Vietnam. So we are talking about 10 million customers of Techcombank, or 15 million plus customers of Winmart, for example. And not to say tens of millions of customers using Masan product. We are talking about 20 million plus customers from Vingroup. And that's a big ecosystem. But more importantly, this ecosystem, as our CEO also mentioned at the beginning, is served holistically and universally on the key customer needs or the key needs of our consumers. You know, from daily consumption needs to healthcare and education, to travel and leisure, to housing, and so on and so forth. And we can connect our corporate clients to this ecosystem, to Techcombank customer base and the broader ecosystem. And we can do that better and better through our new capabilities. Digital marketing, Pranab have shared, right? Payment or loyalty. So all the typical and very effective ways to connect and build ecosystem play. And there's different level of partnerships that we can work with our customers. So we have worked with many corporate clients as a marketing partner, delivering their offers, their products to our customers. As Pranab mentioned, you know, we have 310 brand owners in our loyalty ecosystem. And that means we not only create better engagement for our existing retail clients or acquire new clients, but we also help our partners, our corporate clients to grow. Grow business, grow sales, right? And through digital marketing capabilities that, like Pranab mentioned, personalized, targeted campaigns can be run to many micro segments. You know, this kind of partnership can be really brought to the next level, and we can do that better and better. But we can also be solution partner with our corporate clients. Just like what we did in the past with Vingroup, pioneering the most innovative mortgage product in Vietnam, and help Vingroup to grow. And together, we grow together, right? Or another example, like the way we work with Masan to innovate unique payment journeys for Winmart shoppers. So that's the kind of co-creation partner that we can work together. Or loyalty is another typical example. We have worked with 1MG, also our ecosystem partner, to build loyalty solution for Techcombank, as Pranab mentioned. But that solution can also be extended to our corporate clients who want to implement and launch loyalty program, right? And that can be readily integrated with Techcombank payment system, so that and the shoppers can really enjoy not only the loyalty benefits, but also really seamless experiences. Now, and lastly, we would aim to bring the partnership to a much better level of a fully integrated ecosystem partner. So we might do data sharing, we might do, you know, joint analytics, right? Integrate customer journeys and embedded financial solution in the customer journey. And we are working on joint loyalty program, and maybe in the future aiming to have ecosystem branded loyalty. And that, I'm sure, that is a long journey to go, and we have started, but it's really an exciting journey, right? Exciting journey for Techcombank, and it creates new source of growth for Techcombank, but also more importantly, for our customers and our partners. Thank you very much, and I would like to hand over to Santosh for the next section.
Good morning, Xin Chao. So, it's super exciting to be on stage, and I'm going to talk about something that everybody talked about, which is AI and data. So, I'm probably stating the obvious here, but first we need to understand what's happening in Techcombank in AI and Gen AI, right? So, today we'll share some examples of how AI and Gen AI is working at Techcombank. First, we are in an AI revolution. I think this statement is pretty simple, but most powerful, because right now some people are aware, most of them are aware, but don't want to be aware, but the reality is everyone is going to get impacted. The world will change. The world will change to an extent that every one of us will probably be doing something more and hopefully more productively in the coming years to come. If you look at the first wave of what AI had, the first wave is what I call predictive analytics. And this wave has existed for the last 5,000 years. So AI is not new. The Sumerians of Iraq used to take notes. And if you go back now to Egypt, there are still stones that has data that people used to have statistics 5,000 years back. The Han Dynasty in China correctly predicted that their population was 5.6 million, and they were able to distribute ration and stuff. The only thing that you can't predict probably is what your wife is thinking. So that's a bit tough. But barring that, a lot of prediction is right from a kid to adults. We are all predicting. Right now, you're sitting there and predicting. How will this day look like? What will the stock market do? So prediction is inbuilt into us, and prediction has existed for long. What has changed now is the next wave, which is generative. And generative is something that's pretty new, and it's pretty path-breaking. And the biggest challenge that we have with generative is that it is able to generate new content. It's just not about prediction, but it's able to generate new content. The third is autonomous and agents, which basically will be your next wave, which basically will have control over what you do, but essentially it will also be an assistant to you. And that's going to be the next wave that's coming up. And the fourth will be the artificial general intelligence. So this is the way in which you're going to progress, right? So this is how transformation is going to happen. And this is how AI is going to take over. Now, if you look at Techcombank, we have seen that AI can help in multiple ways. But what we have summarized, especially with focus on Gen AI, is what I call the 4 C's of value creation. And the first is customer journeys. I think the first and most important is customer journey. The second we see is concision. And concision, and when I talk about concision, it's all about virtual experts or summarization of text. AI can help you to summarize huge amounts of data and make it easy. And as far as customer journeys, I wanted to talk about the example where every customer journey will get redefined. Every customer journey will have AI embedded in it. You'll never have the same customer journey or experience again. The third will be creative content. Pranav spoke about it. We spoke about how we can hyper-personalize. But hyper-personalization is just not about creating some random content. How can you make it precise? How can you make it relevant for this particular person? And more importantly, how can it be unique that no one else has had? And that's possible using Gen AI. And the last but not least, this is where I see a huge productivity uplift, which is in coding. And why? Because coding at a base level is all about using existing information to write syntactically. And that is something that AI can do. At Techcombank, we are looking at all these 4 areas. We have already made some progress in some key areas, but we are still pushing the boundaries. But primarily, if you look at all the 4 areas, it's all about productivity uplift. We have a Techcombank Analytics store, which basically has a lot of what I call products available. And we have started to use some of these products both internally, and also now we'll slowly start pushing some of these products to our customers. Now, internally, we have quite a few suite of products. Today, I'm going to talk about 2 products. The first product is called LACE. LACE stands for Lead Allocation and Curation Engine. The biggest challenge that our frontline face, when you go and talk to our frontline, they tell us, hey, your leads doesn't make sense at all. And it's not just us. Every company, every organization in the world has this challenge. Why? Primarily because you don't have all information based on which you can allocate the lead properly. And that's a challenge. So typically, if you look at any CRM system, they'll say, give me a sliver of your data, or give me a piece of your data, and I'll give you a lead. And that lead will always be incomplete. What we have done is slightly different. And that's what, when Yen spoke about going under the hood, I'm sharing our secret sauce. What we did is we put the front-end system kind of as a front-end for what it stands, and we built the brain centrally. So now whether it's Adobe, Salesforce, or any other digital channel on the front line, the underlying brain is one, and that is very unique. To build that kind of capability is very path-breaking, and very few banks in the world have done that. Now let's see a small video of how Lace works. Video, please.
A normal life of a relationship manager. Lead come from different sources, channels, and products. Ineffective lead allocation. Not upgraded rule-based lead score and manual allocation rule. Lack of customer insights. While these aspects can present challenges, they also offer great potential for growth and improvement. By leveraging on LACE, RMs can unlock new possibilities in lead management. LACE is a cutting-edge lead allocation and curation engine designed to streamline and optimize the lead management process, empowering RMs to excel in their roles. With 4 components: enrichment, curation, scoring, allocation recommendation. Our solution: leverage on the best-in-class infrastructure, integrating seamlessly with Techcombank ecosystems, power innovative products and services. With LACE, the journey from lead entry to conversion becomes optimal and seamless. It's a game changer for sales teams, providing powerful automation and intelligent insights.
Sau khi tiếp nhận nguồn lead mới được phân bổ từ LACE, chúng tôi nhận thấy có rất nhiều thông tin hữu ích đã được hệ thống tổng hợp và liệt kê, giúp tiết kiệm thời gian cho chuyên viên về tìm kiếm sản phẩm khác như báo cáo T24 hoặc báo cáo BI.
LACE giúp tôi am hiểu hơn về khách hàng thông qua những phân tích dữ liệu mới nhất về nhân khẩu của khách hàng. Từ đó giúp chúng tôi có thể thiết kế được những giải pháp phù hợp hơn với khách hàng.
Let's see LACE's initial great results. Techcombank is at the forefront of innovation, leveraging the power of CRM platform and LACE. Transform your lead management with LACE today.
So if you look at the crux of how LACE works, as I told you, it takes data from multiple sources. We use our secret sauce, which is our NBA, NBO models, and our AI-generated models, which are at the heart of it. And then we are able to then generate the explanation. Now, in our old world, our RMs were a bit crippled. They were not fully empowered. But in the new world, you will have lead centralization, like I told you. Across, not many banks in the world have done this, building a single brain. You will have optimization, which RM, which lead, which branch. If the customer has changed a branch, automatically do we reassign the lead to a new RM in the other branch, or do we retain because there is proximity between the RM? All this intelligence is also built. Then we also have explanation, why it needs to be done. And more importantly, right, all this is fully transparent, and so that the RMs are, the key thing here is about not just a next best offer, but next best action. Typically, the CRM tool says, let's give an offer to a customer when a time deposit is done. But probably the time deposit has matured to give and pay the customer's child's fees at an overseas university. We'll be able to understand that better. No system will be able to understand that. This is the power of having an integrated system. So this is how LACE works. Let's see one more video, and this is called GeoSense. This is also a product. Let's see how GeoSense works. Video, please.
It's a new FOS recently moved from Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi that is concerned about meeting his target of 30 food and beverage merchants, focusing on high revenue first. How many merchants are there nearby Guangdong? Where is the busiest area? How can that identify the high revenue food and beverage merchants? Introducing GeoSense, the application provides the ability to precisely identify the location of opportunity, zoom in at the street level. GeoSense integrated data of 2 million household merchants in 16 cities. Allow FOS to search by area, industry, and revenue. GeoSense is powered by customer lens. Frontline can take a picture and the information will be updated in GeoSense. An AI agent will process every picture and automatically generate merchants features without manual input. GeoSense is not just for the frontline, but also for the managers. GeoSense supports FOS Manager to track performance of each FOS by location. Optimize FOS time and effort. Enhance productivity. Maximize business targets. All key merchant information centralized in one application. GeoSense, driving value through precision.
So this is our second product that I wanted to show you. As you can see, it's pretty cool. With a click of a photo, you'll be able to take that, but more importantly, it gives you specific locations and helps our FOS and RMs to be more precise. Earlier, you used to have what I call spray and pray, but this is more about precision. Now let's look at this photo, right? And this is a photo of a Bunzio, and I like Bunzio. So you can just take the moment you take a photo, all these attributes are automatically captured. This is automatic. You translate photo into feature. Do you know what it says? Auto-generated by AI, casual, Vietnamese. The real beauty is these are the attributes. And this is captured real time. And as the picture showed, we have got close to 2 million households across 16 cities. Tuan said there are 6 million. We will capture every merchant in Vietnam. We will have every information. The moment we have this, and now we are able to empower our sales force, that'll be a key differentiator for us. Now, what this obviously means, as I told you in the beginning, Gen AI can be used for multiple purposes. But right now, our focus is on productivity. And that's where we see some tangible results coming in. For our FOS, it means you'll be able to target customers better. You'll be able to focus on what you need. You don't need to worry about mundane tasks. You don't need to worry about where to go. Everything will be laser guided. And that's what we hope to get. With this, these are the two things that I wanted to share. I want to invite my colleague Swanmin back on stage, and he'll talk about more stuff being done on TCBS front. Thank you.
Thank you, Santos. I think this is more exciting to talk about than the previous one. Anyway, I think in a sense, there are only two reasons why we use data, machine learning, artificial intelligence for. The first reason is to understand the market, to understand the customer, to serve their needs, to save their time. That's one. The second reason is just to understand ourselves so that we can be more productive. We can make more timely, fast decisions in business in general. So let me go through a few use cases that we are using for the investment space. Let's go with the first one on the customer. Basically, I talk about, the start one is autopilot. I talk about TC analysis. When it's a centralized place, when you have a lot of information on the stock, on the company, for the investor in one single place. But to be honest, we are a victim of our own solution too. Too much information. Sometimes it's too technical for new investor. So what we do is that we actually use Gen AI to actually getting the vast pool of information of a company, of a stock, and produce a summary on a simple form, more layman, so that everyone can have a quick view on fundamental or technical analysis of a stock at ease. So that's autopilot. The other things we use for the customer is that the best way to understand the customer is just listen to them. So that's why we set up a lot of channels to get a lot of feedbacks from the customer. Every day we receive a few hundreds of comments. You know that different people write differently. The comment come in own kind of form, long form, short form, Vietnamese, English, some slang, some swearings as well on the comment. So many. But the thing is, many of them actually have very similar meanings on certain pain points of the customer that the customer have with our services. So what we do is that we build an engine on generative AI to summarize those hundreds of comments into the top 20 every day, the top 20 pain points that the customer face, and also the machine actually can count for us the similar meaning of the comments so that they can rank it on top order, so that we can look at the top 20, sorted it, and then try to prioritize the issue that we can fix first for the customer. And that comes very handy in general for our business. On the second reason, the use case for our productivity and understanding ourselves, we actually have a significant uplift in our digital marketing and marketing automation using machine learning and generative AI in general. Most of my marketing and customer service staff now are using ChatGPT, generative AI for all kind of works, that for the day-to-day works in general. You name it, personalized email messages, landing page, translation, customer guideline, customer product material, and so forth. But the thing, the real breakthrough for us in the marketing space is actually graphic design and video making. You know that we build a lot of video, we build a lot of graphic poster to post on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, and so forth. Now, I have a colleague, graphic designer. She's very good. But the thing is, in the past, she can only do maybe a few graphics, maybe one video per week. Now, she can do 20 per day. And the video are making in mass by just a couple of young colleagues. It's incredible. So we produce so many using generative AI. So that is the marketing space. Then the idea is to try to we try to institutionalize generative AI. Everyone can use it, and we try to get it to more advanced level. You know that 60% of our staff is actually IT and IT related, and the coders. You know that the coder, we have coders. They are very good in coding, but the thing is, they are extremely lazy in their documenting their coding. So that's when they leave, the next guy come in, they don't understand what is the coding means, and they have a hard time to figure it out. But generative AI did an excellent job in documenting the coding. So we use that a lot, and then the coders start to use for certain standard object or standard module. Actually, they use the machine to write for them, to write the coding for them. So the only thing the coder now are starting to do is just to review the code to make sure that it's proper. And it's actually saved them about 40% to 50% of their time. Significantly uplift in productivity and save our cost too. With that, I think I can invite back Santosh in to further share on the things that we do at Techcombank. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not going to hold you up for long. I just wanted to kind of bring these pieces together and then conclude. Look, I think the key message that we want to leave you with is, at least from an investor and analyst perspective, because my colleagues have heard me for long. I think they should feel bored hearing about it. But what I want to leave you with is some numbers, right? I think we've got close to 2 petabytes of data. In my humble opinion, that's very small, because only now we have started collecting unstructured data. As you saw, we'll start collecting more and more images. We'll collect more videos. We'll collect more audios. That's where the true power of harnessing it. Building the foundation and plumbing is not easy. We've got a robust infrastructure. We are just scratching the surface. Trust me. we are just getting started, right? It's not even happening at the right way. More importantly, we are now plugged into all the ecosystems. So our ability to onboard new data sources or new companies is there. Now we have these numbers about models, etc., but these are just statistics to tell you that we know what we are doing. Again, we are cautiously optimistic. We want to be the best bank in Vietnam to apply the best data, AI, and digital capabilities. But more importantly, we want to bring value to our customers. Last but not least, I think if I want to leave you with 3 messages from the data and AI presentation, I think we have the best talent available. I keep telling the team, we need to compete with the Googles and the Apples from a talent perspective. I tell, even if you leave Techcombank, you should get a job in Google and Apple. That should be the caliber of people that we hire. And that's the caliber we have. 2, I think we have backing from the board, from our CEO, and the good strategy and vision. And 3, like I said, the opportunity for AI it's a timing, it's what I call a tryst with destiny. It's a luck. Because for long, AI has held a lot of promise. But now, technology, tools, capabilities are all coming together. And Techcombank and Vietnam is well positioned to harness the power of data and AI. Thank you very much. So we are making strong progress to become the best AI bank in Vietnam. Thank you. And I hand over to our CEO, Mr. N. Slaughter. Sorry, I forgot. Hand over to our CEO, Mr. N. Slaughter. Please welcome him back on stage. Thank you.
So that brings to the end the first part of this session. So, and what I had said is we wanted to really give you a summary of these 4 key themes: hyper-personalization, innovative solutions, what about ecosystems, and what are we doing on harnessing the power of data and AI. And again, we really, as a lot of my colleagues said, we're really only scratching the surface. A lot of these things which have been put in place, now we're bringing it together. We're really getting to the core of that triangle, which is creating value propositions. That is really where it is. But the interesting thing is, to put some of these things into perspective, these were some of the targets we had set as part of our 5-year strategy. And the underlying numbers and all of that were actually roughly calibrated on a 20% growth per annum on some of our key parameters and key capabilities. If you're seeing a lot of the numbers we've shown today, that was not about 20%. There was 700% improvement in conversion rate. That was CASA goes up for the 28 customers we have by 70%. So therefore, we are very comfortable that these numbers will be there. Maybe a little bit later, maybe a little bit earlier, but we are clearly on that trajectory because, as I said, we're only scratching the surface. If you're able to get a conversion rate up from 1.5% to 3%, basically it's 100% more profit. It really goes to the bottom line. And again, we are trying, if we really go to our proposition, to 10%, 15%. So again, I think we are really very comfortable that we can go there. The other one is we can scale this model. This is all about growth. This is a high growth market. We want to be in that growth market. And as you can see, as we do all these investments, these platforms are scalable. As you heard a lot about productivity, how can one person be doing more, be better in serving our customers? So a lot of these models really come down, increasing productivity, being able to hyperscale on the existing platform. So therefore, we are very comfortable that we will be able to grow, that we're actually accelerating our growth, that we will continue to grow stronger, faster, more profitably, but also more sustainably. So with that, thank you very much for listening, and then we're moving on to the next point. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your speech, Mr. James Lautner, Chief Executive Officer. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of information this morning, and following the program there will be the Q&A sessions with the Techcombank leaders. So if you have any queries or any thought, any feedback, any questions that you want to send to our panels, so right now you can scan the QR code on the screen. Thưa quý vị, nếu như quý vị có bất kỳ câu hỏi nào dành cho các vị diễn giả của chúng tôi ngày hôm nay thì quý vị có thể scan QR code đang xuất hiện trên màn hình và đặt những câu hỏi dành cho các vị diễn giả. So right now we cordially invite you to join us on stage. We would like to invite on stage Mr. Jens Lotner, Chief Executive Officers. We would like to invite Mr. Nguyễn Xuân Minh, Chairman of TCBS, Mr. Santosh Mahadiran, Chief Data and Analytics Officers, Mr. Pranav Seth, Chief Digital Officers, and Mr. Prasenjit PC Chakravarti, Chief Corporate Strategies and Transformation Officers and Facilitators of the Q&A sessions. Please. And now we have received the questions from the audience. So Mr. PC, can you please refer the screen in front of you for the questions, please?
Okay. Yes, I can see the screen. Welcome to the panel. Thank you to the guests for your questions. I mean, my first reaction is, wow, that was a lot of good information, a lot of details, a lot of exciting developments. So I have many questions myself. But I hope the audience also adds in more questions. But let me just kick it off with the first question that looks like that has come in for Jens, CEO. The question is, I think, if you now look at the transformation and the journey you just referenced, how well are we doing on that transformation journey, and what has been some of your biggest learnings in the last 3 to 4 years that we've been on this current journey?
Hello? Okay. So again, you would not be the CEO if you were saying everything is going okay. Then you're actually not doing your job correct. So it's going probably as good as you could expect. Some things should be faster, some things should be probably already a little bit more advanced, but I still think we're actually pretty much on track. If you think about that, actually kind of 70 to 80% of transformations are failing, right? Then just being where we are and what you've seen today is actually very, very good. And I think they're probably not new learnings, and I think it's the confirmation of all the learnings you always get in all these transformations. While everyone in the beginning focuses very much on the data and it focuses on technology and all of that, I think what you've seen today is it's all about how do you bring that together and to create customer value. Because otherwise, you're wasting everyone's time, right? And especially you're wasting the customer's time, and the customer will not reward you. So again, I think it's the confirmation of constantly being obsessed by saying, what is the customer pain point? Are we solving it? Are we solving it in a convincing manner? And I think that is the key part. Second part is, I think ultimately probably the biggest challenge in all this transformation is the talent challenge. How do we make sure that people are getting on board and living through that change? To be fair, these are tremendous changes, and all of us are experiencing, not just on a business side, but personally, you see how all of this is coming into play. And therefore, I think making sure that people are with you on that journey, that they are joining you, that they are excited about that, I think that's probably the most important element. We are beyond the level of making the investments. I think right now it's all about value creation and really getting people to use these platforms.
Okay, thank you for that. I think that sets the stage for the next question I have, which is actually, Pranav, for you. And I think this is really sort of building on what you already presented around hyper-personalization, right? I think one of the things, like Jens also just mentioned, is
it has to be relevant for the customer. So can you share a little bit of how do you see the customer experience improving as we become more and more hyper-personalized, and what do you think will be exciting the customer?
Yeah, thanks. That's a great question, right? I think, to me, the difference is the same as when you listen to a Spotify made-for-you list versus you're just browsing for songs. The difference to me is the same as when you get a bespoke suit done versus buy something off the rack. It's the same as working with a very efficient teller who gets everything done for you versus having a personal assistant, a CFO, who is helping you to make better decisions with your financial life. Right? And I think, when we think about brand trust, when we think about brand affinity, the kind of the more personalized experience that you get, the higher brand affinity that you get. And I think the way we are doing it, we made the basics of banking simple over the last few years. Now is the time to democratize the things which were reserved for the top-notch customers only. You could get personalized advice based on your portfolio, based on your, what your objectives are, etc. Only if you sat down with a top RM who really could understand both your human aspect of your needs as well as your financial situation. Now, as we personalize, I think we will be able to deliver that kind of experience to our customers at much lower, level of affluence. And that, to me, is an extremely exciting place and something where I believe that if we get right, I think the kind of customer affinity, the brand love that we will get, we will end up having large share of the wallet share of our customers.
Okay, so that sounds like better banking for more people, more customers, right? So I think that's an exciting vision that we can take away. Okay, so I'm getting another question now here, and I think this is also related to what Jens said about the people and the talent that underlies the transformation, because we can have the best technology in the world, but if the people are not able to leverage it and use it in the right way, it doesn't really create the impact, right? So I think the question, Swanman, for you is, you've shared a lot of interesting innovation that your team is working on in TCBS. Can you share a little bit about how you are motivating your teams to develop these innovative solutions, and what is the mindset, and what do you, how do you get them to build these new and interesting solutions for the customer?
I think it's probably three things. The first one is learning. Everyone like us, they want to learn. They want to learn from the new domains, or they want to learn from the new things from the world. You know that Vietnam is actually way behind the world in terms of financial products and so forth. And they don't have to innovate much. They just have to go and learn in the world and get whatever best in the world and try to bring it back to Vietnam and try to do it. And that is something that I think learning is something that I try to motivate my team a lot, to learn from other people and learn from the new things. The second thing is probably that with the policy in us that whatever machine can do, then let the machine to do it. We save the time to think and to try to innovate new stuff. And that actually release a lot of time for the staff to get, and they get more motivation in innovating solutions.
Yeah.
And probably the last one is the mindset to let them fail. That's okay. You just try and fail it. No big deal. Just don't repeat it again and don't make it too expensive. That's all. Fail. So that's why that's actually, I think that's actually motivate the team to innovate more solutions.
Okay, that's excellent. So it's a safe environment. Try and learn from the customer pain points, and really then use that to define your solution and innovations. So that is a fantastic feedback from Swanmin. Now I move on to Santosh. I think this is, what you have shared is, a sort of a leading edge data capability. Not many banks in the world have it. So, we know that you have worked in many of the leading banks previously. before coming to Techcombank, global banks which are, invest a lot in technology and digital, etc. But how would you sort of say that what we have built or what we are continuing to build in Techcombank, how is it different, better than what you have seen in some of these global institutions from your prior experience?
Sure. Hello. Yeah. So I think the first, it needs to start with the strategy, right? And having every bank or every company today wants to be looked at as a data or AI company. And I think many banks and many companies say that. Very few of them translate it to real action, and very, very few of them get it right. And I think we are one of the few who have managed to get some portions of it right, number one. Number two, I think data and AI is, while I told you right now it's a very ripe time because there's a confluence of events happening worldwide. But most importantly for Vietnam, that's advantageous, is that we have these ecosystem partnerships. And marrying both a financial information with non-financial information is very, very unique. Not many banks in the world, as much because they're either restricted by their own inhibitions or your inability to connect to these ecosystem partners. So you don't have a treasure trove of information. As they say, more data trumps smarter algorithms. If you're able to plug in all this information, data and AI gets that much better. We are able to do that in Techcombank. 3, I think I would like to call ourselves a bank in a startup mode. I think our ability to pivot and quickly, and we've all been through the journey. What I personally see here 4 years back, and I can attest every employee in Techcombank can say that, there's a sea change in terms of how we approach problems, how we work, and we are not, as Swinman rightly said, we are not afraid to fail. We try, we fail, but we learn and move on. So in summary, I would like to say that we are an elephant that can dance.
Okay, that's an interesting image. Yeah, that we can reflect on. I think I'm getting another question. I think this is coming in actually related to some of the technologies that have been presented. So I'll probably start with Son Min and then others please jump in. I think the question really is that we are showing a lot of data, digital-led capabilities today. I think the question is how proprietary are they and some of the financial benefits that we are getting from the technologies.
To me, there's no proprietary. Basically, technology now is commodity. Everyone can buy it. Everyone can bring it to the organization and try to set it up. I think the key is to, as I said, one of the keys is how to institutionalize it, how to democratize it. Everyone can use it at ease for their daily work. Then you can have a significant uplift in terms of productivity, and you save a lot of cost too. I mentioned about the marketing team. One graphic designer to do 20 and few video a day is crazy. You save a lot of cost for that kind of thing. Or another financial benefit, for example, when we build the centralized supermarket for wealth and centralized information hub, we're actually getting a lot of customers visiting us, and then therefore we get a lot of market share in the stock trading, in the margin lending, where we make a lot of money as well. So that's this kind of thing are the benefits that we also, as a service provider, benefit not only the customer.
I think the point is, I think it's a bit like a human being, right? At the most elementary position, there's some DNA, right? And then you start combining all these different things together, and very unique people are coming out. And I completely agree with Son Min. Technology in itself is, everyone can take it. But the way how you integrate the different pieces and the way how you use it is completely unique. And I think that is proprietary to every single organization. And you can do it good, you can do it not so good, and you can do it really, really well. And I think if there's a proprietary element really surrounding what we are doing is actually the way how we structured the data. That is quite unique because it allows us to communicate through these channels, and it allows the personalization, it allows all these things. And I think, therefore, a lot of the AI tools which are coming out of that are actually proprietary. That is actually not something which we use as software as a service or something like that. That really starts getting unique. The campaigns we're building on it is unique. All of that knowledge, capability, that is actually proprietary. And that is much, much harder actually to replicate.
Okay. No, that's wonderful to know that we have a lot of unique assets in the bank, which give us a competitive advantage. I have another question here. I think maybe Santosh, you can share your views, and then others can join. I think there is a lot of question about AI moving and onto AGI. And I think one of the questions here is, how is the bank preparing for this wave, and what will be the most impacted area of the bank?
So look, I think there are knowns and then there are unknowns. The known is that, as I said, AI will impact every facet of banking, and not just banking, every facet of human life. It will change. Even the way schools are being, today, how students are taught at schools will get changed. So that's the first dimension. Now, AI reaching AGI, I want to caveat that this is my personal view. I think we are quite far off. And why I say that is because AGI talks about a computer being as sentient as a human being and having the emotional value. And I think us, a computer ever reaching that state is still quite far. What it can do is it can take whatever we learn and then it can give the message back again. So can it be an encyclopedia of knowledge far better than what we do? Of course we can. So the areas that I see most impacted, like I told you, and that's why as I was drawing up the slides, one of the things that was going on my mind is, what is hype and what is not hype? What is hype is definitely that tomorrow everyone will lose their jobs. I definitely do not think so. What is definitely not hype is the fact that we all have to upskill ourselves. Every person, right from our front teller to, dare I say, the CEO, who is already smart enough, but definitely we need to push the boundaries there. That's definitely something that we need to do. Second, I think we need to reimagine every facet of our customer journey, every facet of software coding, how application design. So everything needs to be rethought in that context. And the last, and I say this, right, I think if there is anyone who is, and I don't say this with, I say it with a lot of humility and caution. If there's one bank or one organization that can embrace this or withstand this wave, I think it is us. Simply for the reason that 4 years back, we were doing everything through Excel and people were shuttling emails and doing this. And today we are talking about, hey, we can give you geolocation-based offers and to that extent, right? So I think the power and resilience of this organization, the people of Vietnam, and more importantly, where we are positioned as an organization, puts us in prime position to maximize the benefits of, whether it is AGI, I don't know, but whatever AI throws at us, I'm cautiously optimistic we'll be able to handle.
Okay, that's fantastic. You know, one of the things, as you were saying it, I was reflecting myself is, you know, some of the tools and capabilities we have today because of data and AI, I wish I had them when I was younger to make my life more productive, you know, in my day-to-day job. So I think, you know, the next generation that is coming through really have that privilege of having access to a lot of these new technologies. Okay, so we have another question here, which is for the CEO. I think this is a little bit around sharing your perspective on how, you know, if you look at the transformation landscape in Vietnam and ASEAN, what's your view around how Techcombank is doing vis-a-vis other banks, and how far ahead are we in that journey?
So yeah, I made the comment, and I'm standing to it, that probably what you've seen today, and probably just seen today as a status of capabilities, and that this is somewhat, I would say, 2 to 3 years ahead of anyone who would go on to that current journey. And the reason is, it just takes time, because what you need to do is, on the pure hardware side, you need to declutter your technology. Then you need to basically put all these different elements in place, and then you need to start connecting it, and etc. And that just takes time. But the more important piece, I think, is you need to change every single aspect of your organization. And so just very simple example. Usually in banks, people are defining their role, their position as how many people are working under me, right? I'm more important because 20 guys are reporting to me compared to my colleague who has 15 guys. In this world, the one person who has the perfect algorithm to actually increase conversion ratio is probably tremendously valuable. He doesn't need anyone. He just needs himself, herself, a computer, locks herself away, needs some data, and starts working on it. So we needed to change our entire people system. We basically needed to make sure that we can reward people on the basis of these contributions. Changes career path, that changes reward systems and calibrations. Who are you competing with? And that's just a small element. All the culture, the fabric of a company needs to be in sync in order to harness these capabilities. And therefore, that's what I'm saying is getting onto that journey, if you're not really on there, if you're not really driving it, it's very, very hard to get there. And that's why I think, given the fact that we have been over the last 2 or 3 years, if you really want to get to that level, right now we can start accelerating and scratching, and it will take you some time. And as I said, 70% just by experience of transformation fail altogether, right? And then you only look at the 30%, and then where are you on the 30%? So again, I think when I summed it up, I really mean it. I think we are in a very unique position to harness that capability right now.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I think, if I could add, I think there's another piece which is critical, I think, is the sponsorship from the top of the house. I think, Jens, from you, from the chairman, I think that vision and that clarity actually gives a lot of inspiration to the rest of the team to actually drive a lot of the changes that you talked about, because it is not easy. Many things are moving around, and constantly having that vision reinforced, I think, is also critical, because we cannot sort of stop partially on our way through. Okay, I think we have another question here, which is around the digital transformation trends, and I think maybe Pranav, you can take this one. The question really here is, digital banking transformation trends coming up. What excites you looking forward?
Wow, okay. I think we've talked a lot about a lot of exciting stuff, right? So I think let me just summarize it in a manner and things that really excite me. Obviously, AI is the thing for this year, right? We've talked a lot about enablement of every human being with an exoskeleton to have superpowers to do things better and smarter. I think that is a given, right? And how fast we can get there, all the things that Swanmay and Santosh talked about, I think that is really exciting. I think there's going to be a lot more on that space, right? I do believe that you will have a lot of personal assistants coming up. So you'll have a travel buddy, you'll have a banking buddy, and you'll have other things that might come up in this 1 year, which will understand you much more than you understand yourself, and probably help you navigate your life much better. And I think the question would be how, as a bank, we are going to embed ourselves with such AI bots or assistants. So I think that's one on AI. I think the second thing, which I believe specifically in Vietnam, we've talked about ecosystem, we talked about open APIs, etc. I think the time is ripe in Vietnam now. I think the maturity of the entire ecosystem, because for an ecosystem, digital ecosystem to work, right, APIs, open APIs to work, you need a lot of digital partners at a level of maturity. And I think that is happening right now. So I think the number of connections that we are making, to get data from, consent-based data from others, getting beyond banking to do loyalty for our merchants, embedding ourselves into payments. We are doing deals with TikTok, with Facebook, with all of these guys on embedding ourselves in payments and loyalty. So I think that is going to, radically change how customers experience banking and life. Right? And personalization I've talked about, I will not talk about it more. And finally, I think the most exciting stuff to me is, it is getting, digital transformation is no longer, for the digital and the data guys, it is for everyone. And I think the way, everyone operates in the bank, operates any other business, how they bring in data, how they bring in these insights is changing. So I think that excites me a lot, and I think that opens up a whole new, acceleration of all the things that we've been doing, and probably will end up much faster in a different place that we can't even imagine right now.
Okay, thanks for that. I think we have probably time for one last question I can see on the screen here. And this maybe I would request probably Swan Min and Santosh to take up. It's related to wealth management capabilities. So I think the question here is how good is our wealth management capabilities in terms of the ability of RMs to advise customers on wealth management, and how they can apply technology and AI in serving the customers.
Okay, let me answer the first part first. I think we have a reputation in the market that we are the factory for IM and wealth advisor. Basically, we get a lot of other companies on wealth company in Vietnam, or securities company, to actually attract and try to hire our staff from the bank for their, head of advisor and so forth. So they must be good. But I think the key reason is that at Techcombank we have a pool of a very full set of wealth products to offer to the customer, and therefore our IM are well trained on those products in general. So that's why their knowledge should be much better than any other competitor who doesn't have any product, especially on the wealth space. So I think they are very good. Are they to the regional level? I don't think so. So we need to work toward that, and the objective is to bring our IM to the regional level, to compare to the DBS, to compare to the UOB in Singapore, for example. So that's the objective that we are aiming for.
I think I just want to add one, right? The reality is there is only a certain amount of knowledge that RMs can have, any human being can have. I think to Swinman's point, I think having a set of knowledge is one, but substantiated by our information and our data, if you are able to provide RMs with additional information that no one else has. So getting them to that extent, and I would take this analogy of Singapore Airlines. So Singapore Airlines cabin crew, you go and anyone puts on that dress, suddenly becomes a Singapore Airlines cabin crew. You put on that uniform, you automatically become, because they are given the set of instructions, they are fed the information, and they are so precise in their execution. So I'm not saying RMs can easily be replicated, don't get me wrong, or contrary. I think on the contrary, I think what we need is that human touch, but backed by a rich amount of personalized and specific information that the brain can provide. A combination of these two is what will make our RMs and our offerings unique. And I think we have a huge opportunity, and I totally agree with Sunman. We are there with the RMs. I think we have a lot of work to do at the back end. The moment we put these both together, and as Pranav said, it's going to be exponential in terms of what we can offer. That's where I see the world going.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. Having the intelligence at the point of sale, I think, is really critical in that respect. So I think we are about to wrap up. I will just ask one last question for Jens, which is really anything you want to share with the group around what is personally exciting for you as you look forward in this journey?
So I think when we worked some time back on the vision statement, change banking, change lives, I think everyone rallied around that, right? And not just because it sounds good, but I think there was really a conviction that as a bank, you can do and be a force for good. Because as this country is growing, as the wealth is accumulating, there's a lot of responsibility to make sure that this is going as smooth as it can. No crisis, no bubbles, making sure that people can enjoy the fruits of their hard work. And what I find exciting is that I think we have capabilities now, not just us, but everyone at the disposal to really bring a lot of these things which were reserved to the high end, exactly as Pranav said, and can actually bring this down to very, very broad sets of the population, right? You don't need to have so much money anymore in order to get the benefits of an advice, right? I mean, you saw all the great tools which TCBS is building. So I think able to do that is really enabling us to change lives. And I think as long as we're on that mission and we're obsessed by really helping our customers, I think this is an exciting journey.
Okay, and on that note, thank you to the panel and thank you to the audience. We move on to the next part. Thanks.
Thank you.
So once again, I want to say sincere thanks to our Techcombank leaders for participating in the Q&A sessions. I believe it was a very interesting and insightful discussions and sharing by our panels, but we also want to apologize for not being able to address all the questions that you've been sent to us. If you still got any questions, please do not hesitate to scan the QR code on the screen or contact our organizing team during a networking and booth experience at the end of our event. Ladies and gentlemen, the Techcombank Keynote 2024 will now take a short break. So please note that the organizer had prepared a designated smoking area outside of the main event. We kindly request that you refrain from smoking in the courtyard and inside the building, and our event will return in a few minutes. So once again, thank you for your attention and see you again. Techcombank Keynote
Keynote event, Techcombank 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, together with the advancement of technology, finance and banking industry is continuously improving in order to meet the needs of the customer. And T account of Techcombank is one of the first steps for the customers to maximize their idle money. And Techcombank increasingly upgrade their account. And now I'd like to invite you to watch a short video clip to see the proud journey of Techcombank and also look forward to new breakthroughs to improve and enhance.
Thế giới luôn vận động, thúc đẩy mỗi chúng ta kiên trì dẫn bước tiến tới phiên bản vượt trội hơn mỗi ngày. Cũng như bạn, hành trình vượt trội của Techcombank là nỗ lực tiên phong, kiến tạo những thành tựu tự hào. Mobile Banking dẫn đầu công nghệ, mang đến giải pháp ngân hàng trong tầm tay, đến bước đi tiên phong ưu đãi zero fee, miễn phí giao dịch chuyển khoản. Kiên định sứ mệnh dẫn dắt hành trình số hóa, cá nhân hóa mọi trải nghiệm cùng Techcombank Mobile App. Tiến tới phiên bản vượt trội của tài khoản 2024, Techcombank mở ra kỷ nguyên mới, nơi dòng tiền luôn vận động và tự động sinh lời mọi lúc mọi nơi. Tiên phong tạo nên những giá trị nâng tầm. Tài khoản Techcombank, kỷ nguyên sinh lời tự động.
Và ngay bây giờ cho phép chúng tôi kính mời hiện diện lên sân khấu ông Nguyễn Anh Tuấn, Giám đốc khối ngân hàng bán lẻ để giới thiệu với chúng ta về tài khoản
share with you information about T account, Techcombank account. Good morning again, everyone. And I would like to welcome you to a new era of T account, a new era. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been very persistent with our vision, as our CEO shared with you earlier this morning. Given the change banking, change life vision, Techcombank continues to learn new things and try harder in order to be at the forefront of the banking and financial industry. And before we talk about the solutions and the superior benefits that we bring to our customers, let me walk you through the proud journey that we have been through over the past 10 years. Over the past decade, and to be exact, 10 years ago, when we talk about Techcombank, at that time, a lot of activities, a lot of solutions were brought to the market, but one of the most noteworthy achievement was mobile banking app. We realized the pain points of the customers. For example, for simple transactions like money remittance, customers have to come to the counter, and it takes them a very long time. It took them a very long time, like 20 minutes or even 30 minutes or longer. And by understanding that pain point, we wanted to make a difference. And at that time, in order to have internet banking, customers needed to have a laptop or a computer. But now we want to bring banking to their hand. And that's why our mobile banking app was introduced and launched to the market. And Techcombank was one of the first banks to introduce our mobile banking app. The next milestone is in 2016, when we launched our zero fee program, when we waive all the fees regarding online money transfers on mobile banking app. How should I say this? I think this is a very bold decision, a very bold move, because waiving fees for the customer is what we can do, and other banks can do the same, and some other organizations can do it. But why was it bold? Because that decision was made at that time. The implication means that we will have to sacrifice billions of Vietnamese dong in terms of fee income. But because we have deep insights of the customers and also understand the mechanics, we understand that when we encourage more mobile banking app usage, that will help us attract more customers, open more accounts with us, and help us realize the desire of becoming the main operating account for the customers. And after some time, by 2021, with more sophisticated demand from the customers and with the emerging trends in the market, one of the very important points that we did is how to personalize the customer's journey and how to personalize our advice and messages to the customers. And in order to have a high level of personalization, we cannot just rely on traditional or existing platforms or solutions. And that's why we decided to refresh our Techcombank mobile banking app with new capabilities and functionalities in order to enhance and make possible a more personalized customer's experience. And in 2024, and this morning you have been listening to a lot of sharing and presentations by our top executives about the tools and solutions. And the next step in this journey is what I'm talking about right now. So after a decade of constant development and innovation, you can see that all the innovation and solutions come from a common denominator, which is a Techcombank account. Why? Because when customers have an account with us, it is a first step. It is like a door that opens to opportunities, to solutions, and to answers to their questions. And we want those solutions to begin and start with the feeling of a wow factor. So the new era of Techcombank is built on the foundational dimensions and capabilities. However, looking forward, we do it in a different way. So the new era of Techcombank is Techcombank account, or T account for short. What benefits does the T account bring to the customers? We still leverage very core benefits like security, flexibility, automatic benefits, and smart financial management. So let me talk about security and safety and flexibility first. That means all the transactions can be conducted very quickly and flexibly and with security, high security level, and it is seamless and consistent experience for the customers. And more especially, we use very advanced security technology so that the customers can feel safe and secure when they conduct transactions with us. And going forward, what you can see is we can use biometric authentication, and Techcombank is one of the first movers in the market that adopt biometric authentication that allows customers to protect their account in the most convenient and safe way. What about auto-earning features? My colleague Văn Linh will talk about this in more details later, but just let me summarize it in a few keywords. Every dollar, every dong will earn you benefits, bring you benefits and earnings every day. This is the differentiated offering. And it is also seamlessly translating from our strategy into actions and achieve the objectives. We want to maximize and optimize the customer's money. So whenever they have idle money and they have Techcombank account, they can maximize their earnings every day. One of the solutions that we mentioned earlier this morning is the auto-learning feature that allows the customers to maximize and optimize their cash flows, and it is very flexible around the clock, 24/7. And Techcombank Rewards and Techcombank Loyalty, my colleague Pranab this morning talks about the partnership that Techcombank has with 310 different brands so that we can bring benefits to our customers from our partners. In addition, we also have different payment methods that allow customers to make payment to different merchants, and more especially, we also allow customers to earn points or benefits for the customers. So the more they transact, the more benefit they can get. That is the underlying and overarching theme that we would like to talk about. And last but not least, we would like to talk about smart financial management. We work with Personetics from Singapore to build a tool for us to analyze customers' behavior and transactions to understand the customer's persona, and we can give personalized advice and suggestions to the customers so that they can spend smarter and invest smarter. And in their everyday life, customers may have urgent needs to spend, and we may have Credit One or My Cash, which is an overdraft facility, and the customers can pay interest on a daily basis, and it is unsecured lending and digital pre-approved credit line. And not only customers can manage their finances on a daily basis, they can also manage the finances for their family members. And that's why we have Techcombank Family Solution, which was launched earlier this year. So with all the solutions and features and functionalities, what we want to bring to the customers this year and beyond is to open up a new era of Techcombank T account. And now I would like to describe very briefly about this T account so that you know what it is all about. Money in your account will not sleep. The money will not just sit there idle. So how can you make your money bring benefits to you and earn profits for you? And now I would like to invite you to watch a short video clip on the screen. And right now, I would like to introduce and invite Ms. Nguyễn Văn Linh, Deputy Chief RBG Officer from Techcombank, to talk in more details about the benefits that T account can bring to our customers. We have looked back at the decade of development Techcombank and the exciting journey that we have been through. But what is ahead of us beyond 2024 in the new era? With Techcombank account, I guess that everyone has an account, a bank account, which is quite an ordinary account. You can make money transfer, you can make a deposit or withdrawals or make payments, and also manage all the transactions on a mobile banking app. So these are the basic functionalities, and you can make payment anytime, anywhere with the money in your account. And you care about security as well as confidentiality is what you care about. However, if the money in your usually the money in your current account is not generating a good interest rate, usually the demand interest rate is 0.05 to only 0.1%. However, with Techcombank tier account, we bring more superior benefits. Still, the basic functionalities like making a deposit, receiving money, making remittance, withdrawals, and transfers, and making everyday payment, or everyday banking is still there. But at the same time, you also have auto earning features. So in addition to the features of an ordinary account, with the flexibility, convenience, and security, you also have added benefits. And how much is that benefit? It is up to 3.6% a year. This is very impressive interest rate for a current account balance. And this is for the first time that Techcombank launched this feature on our tier account, up to 3.6% a year. And whether you are a business owner and you want to expand your business and grow your business, or as a head of the business household, you also have concerns about how to manage your cash flows or keep or bookkeeping, or you are investors and you want to have money ready to make investments, you can be managing the family finances. So whoever you are, Techcombank tier account will bring you all the added value and superior benefits. So this auto earning feature not only brings superior benefits, but all the features, the basic features in terms of flexibility as well as security will still be there. Because your balances, your account balances will be optimized on a daily basis. If you keep it there for one day, it will also generate benefits and interest for you. So you can earn interest every day. And the longer it sits there, the higher the interest rates. For a demand account or a current account, if you keep your money for 1 day or 2 days or 1 month or 2 months, the highest interest rate is only 0.5% a year. But with the auto learning feature from the tier account, you will receive higher and higher interest rates depending on how long the money sits there. If the money sits in your account for 5 days, the interest rate is 2.1% a year. If it is 5 days to up to 15 days, you will earn 2.3% a year, and the highest interest rate would be 3.6% a year if you keep your money for from 3 months or longer. So the more money, the longer money sits in your account, you can earn more interest. So if you have more money, you will get more interest. And if you keep there, the longer you keep it there, the higher interest you can earn. So what can you do? What should you do to do it? It is very simple. I guess that everyone here in the room has a Techcombank current account. So you just open your Techcombank mobile banking app and you activate this feature of auto earning, and then your money will earn interest for you on a daily basis. And whenever you need money to make payment, the money will be there. You don't have to conduct any transaction. The auto earning feature will automatically move money for you, so you can make payment whether it is day or night, anywhere, anytime. So the interest will be automatically earned for you, plus all the basic features of an ordinary account, current account. Not only that, you can easily check the amount of interest that you earn on a daily basis or monthly basis. For example, you can see how much you earn in different months. So have you activated this auto earning feature or not? And how many Vietnamese people have begun this new era with Techcombank? You know what? 800,000 Vietnamese people have joined the bank here in enjoying this auto earning feature, and we have helped our customers to maximize and optimize billions and dozens of billions of Vietnamese dong every day. And the more people who join this tier account, the more benefits and interest you can earn, and you can also enjoy other basic features of an ordinary tier account. And now I would like to have a key moment with Techcombank tier account.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's us all welcome to the new era of Techcombank account and get ready to step into the new era of Techcombank account. Ladies and gentlemen, and now on the stage, we would like to welcome Mr. Alex Macker, Techcombank Chief Financial Officer, to give some sharing with all of you. Warmly welcome you on stage, Mr. Alex.
we had to cover during this keynote session. We hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I would like to thank again the shareholders, analysts, investors, and journalists who have joined our Techcombank Keynote event in this impressive exhibition center. And a big thank you goes as well to our partners and to all the Techcomers who have helped us shape our journey, making Techcombank what it is today. So I've worked for Techcombank for a little bit over 2 years, and prior to that, I have worked in a few organizations across Europe and Asia. And what I must say is that Techcombank, for me, stands out for its inner faith and absolute commitment to technology as a catalyst for progress. So now, today, you have seen Techcombank introducing the new Techcombank account, which we believe will set a new standard in the industry. We have presented as well a number of innovations which bring us closer to our ultimate objective of change banking and change lives. So now what I want to do is to invite you to join us for an open networking session where you will be able to grab a drink, visit our booths, interact directly with our smart and friendly staff members, and ask all the questions you may have, including those questions that we didn't have time to cover during our panel event. So once again, a big thank you, all of you, for the support you have extended to us in many different ways. And we hope to see you again in 1 year from now to check in on our progress. It's very clear to me that it's the beginning of an amazing journey for Techcombank and for Vietnam. So thank you again.
Xin được trân trọng cảm ơn ông Alex McCare, giám đốc tài chính của tập đoàn. Và như ông Alex McCare vừa chia sẻ, thưa quý vị, một lần nữa xin được trân trọng cảm ơn tất cả quý vị ngày hôm nay đã cùng tham gia. Chúng ta sẽ cùng di chuyển ra khu vực phía ngoài để chúng ta có thể tham quan cùng với các booth trải nghiệm của sự kiện và vui lòng di chuyển theo sự hướng dẫn của ban tổ chức. Đến đây, xin được cảm ơn tất cả quý vị rất nhiều vì đã tham gia vào những phần chia sẻ trên sân khấu và xin được hẹn gặp lại tất cả quý vị cùng với những trải nghiệm đáng nhớ tiếp theo cùng với Techcombank. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại ạ.